Sawadee Cup and welcome to Thailand News Today, the end of our fourth week, and we're glad to say we're getting around about 20 to 30,000 clicks every day. We really appreciate you tuning in our short 4 or 5 minute snippet of what's happening around Thailand. Plenty happening today. Let's get started. Thailand Centres of Disease Control have announced this morning another 91 cases in the kingdom. Sadly, they've also announced another death. The new numbers bring the total number of confirmed cases in the country to 1,136 and deaths to 5. Of the new cases today, 5 are from the boxing match cluster, 7 from a nightclub cluster, 18 people who were close contacts with previous confirmed cases, 10 people back from abroad, 5 individuals who were working with tourists and visitors. There were also 46 cases who are still being identified and traced. The new death was a patient in the southern Narathiwat province. Meanwhile, 2 Thais have also died in the past 2 days in New York. Worldwide, the USA now leads the number of cases, surpassing China overnight and registering over 12,000 cases in the last 24 hours. People around Thailand are being urged to stay home and stop socialising for at least the next 7 days as the government steps up measures to try and control the COVID-19 spread. The chief of the Thai Defence Forces, who's also in charge of security affairs, says we need your cooperation not to leave home and to cancel all activities. Stay home and stop the spread of the virus for the sake of the nation and continue doing this for a week. The country is not yet under total lockdown, but if infections continue to rise, it may be inevitable. Well, how the tables can turn within a month or so. Now China is closing its borders to all foreigners. China's foreign ministry has announced that they'll temporarily suspend foreign entries into China. This will also include foreign nationals holding valid visas or resident permits in China. People with the diplomatic service, courtesy or C visas will not be affected, and foreign nationals visiting to China for economic, trade, scientific or technological activities may apply for visas at Chinese embassies or consulates. A crane collapse in Chonburi's Banglamung district has injured 3 and also damaged 6 adjacent buildings this morning. Authorities rushed to the scene after they were notified at 10:30 a.m. of the incident in the Naklua sub-district. Officers, emergency responders and reporters arrived to find the collapsed crane which had fallen and badly damaged 6 buildings, many of them residential. 3 people have been seriously injured, including a 65-year-old, a 12-year-old boy and the 31-year-old crane driver. They were all taken to local hospitals. The cause of the collapse is unclear and police are still investigating. A bushfire in the Doi Sutepui National Park has caused a lot of angst for residents in the Chiang Mai district after it's been burning for 2 days. 500 Chiang Mai officials and soldiers from the 3rd Army region were called in to fight the blaze and spent 14 hours bringing it under control, including calling in helicopters to drop water as they tried to control the spread. It also pushed air pollution readings in the region up to record highs, up to 1,000. This afternoon, thankfully, it's back to around 156. And the Elephant Nature Park in Chiang Mai and lots of other elephant camps around Thailand have been forced to close their doors. Apart from resulting in hardship for the elephants, the closures will seriously hurt Thailand's tourism industry in the future if no support is forthcoming soon. Lek Jailert, the owner of the Elephant Nature Park and founder of Save Elephant Foundation, believes many of the closures will be permanent. He says if there's no support forthcoming to keep them safe, the elephants will either starve to death or may be put on the streets to beg. It's a very bleak outlook, he says, unless some financial help is received immediately. Well, you can read the rest of that story at thetiger.com. One of my cats, Dusty, has come to join me as we say goodbye for another week. Please stay safe over the weekend. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll be back again next week.